But you know what I'm sure you guys have noticed as well is that what's wonderful for us growing up with the music that we grew up with is that the kids know so much of the classic song. They know so much of the classic canon. I mean, I remember being in the car
Right.
with my younger son and my niece, who was a year older than him, and Dream On, Aerosmith Dream On. You guys are Boston guys, right? Dream On came on the radio, and they're singing along to it. And I'm like, how the heck do you guys know Dream On? They're like, well, it was on a
Exactly.
meme or it was on some video or something like that. I mean, they all know the bass line of Roundabout. You know, they all know the riff of Billie Jean. They all know the solo from Beat It. I mean, the kids know this
Right.
stuff, which is great for us to be able to share with them and try to get them maybe a bit more into it. So I love that. I mean, I think it's, you know, we can complain about social media, but it does have its positive aspects in terms of exposing the kids to certain things.
It's funny. I have friends from back when I was in college, and what they always told me was that I can't imagine the type of music our kids are going to be listening to. And what they've found is that their kids are like listening to the same stuff that we listen to. And
Yeah.
they're like, this is awesome. And they're
Yeah.
like, wait, shouldn't you be introducing us to like the new music? Mm-hmm. I
mean, think about this, right? Like
Well, hold
Taylor Swift, right? My wife is a Swiftie. She's been to every tour.
Okay.
She got my daughter into being a Swiftie.
Right.
But my daughter will also listen to Ariana Grande. She'll listen to all these pop stars, and she loves it. But when she's in the car with me, I'll do this thing where I'll be like, okay, here's the Taylor Swift of the 80s, and I'll put on like Madonna.
Right.
Or I'll put on
I thought
Whitney
you were Cyndi
Houston.
Lauper. Okay.
And this is my daughter's face when the music comes on. She's like this. And she'll either say, I like this, or I don't like this.
Right.
And then I'll kind of like, I'll almost be her algorithm.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll
Yeah,
play
yeah.
some stuff for her.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like my parents' music, it's the same. Like I bonded with my parents through music. They played all their stuff for me. But I feel like I'm playing all my parents' music for my kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm not playing them a ton of 90s stuff. I do some, but I feel like a lot of it is the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And like those bands that like my parents played for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many dance parties in the kitchen happen over like all of the Supremes or like just old disco?
Oh,
It's just like
Right.
ABBA is like playing.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, you know, as parents, we look back at the nostalgia from our childhood, and for me, it's like you know that the lump in the throat moment is thinking about Abbey Road playing in the family room. At you know, it was my parents were you know super into oldies, but you know the Beatles, and you know, as a songwriter in the pop rock in the rock idiom, like the Beatles are just unescapable. It's just so they're so monumental.
Exactly.
Which is side note is challenging as somebody who's trying to figure out how to promote music, because when you're inspired by these old bands, people say, well, what kind of music do you make? And then they'll listen to it and say, oh, it sounds like the Beatles. I'm like, but that doesn't help me, because fans of the Beatles are not fans of me. I need to figure out who is out today that sounds like me. And that's a research project, and I still haven't cracked that yet. It's a big thing, and if you've talked to other people who are trying to make music in a contemporary way, you got to build yourself into the algorithm by making links with people who sound like you, and it's a lot of work. You got to listen to a lot of stuff.